Good morning, traders. You guys know where you're at. It's live trading with Benzinga. We're going to get after it. I got a swing trade on right now, XRT. You want to find out where I got filled or how much I'm up? Stick around right here to find out.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Hold up. Did somebody say free Krispy Kreme donuts? That always gets me started. Let's go ahead. Let's bring on Ryan Faloona. What's going on with the donut life? Everybody gotta let me know.
First of all, I do love donuts. I don't eat them very often because they're not good for you, but I would take a free Krispy Kreme this morning. I'll tell you right now, I would so be me for that.
Right? Like, let me know because
what's the deal with this? How do I not know about
lunch break today? And it ain't going to be a lunch break. It's going to be a donut break. Definitely will go gain some calories if needed. You guys let me know. But let's get to the stock market action. It's good to see you guys out there.
Ticker D-Nut not reacting to this news.
Oh, man, no glaze on it just yet, Ryan.
No
glaze. All right, we'll see what happens. Is that does get right now it's a donut hole. We'll see if it turns into a donut, right? Let's get it to lift a little bit there. Smoke tuna in the house. It's good to see you guys out there. And definitely let's get to the stock market. Let's get to a stock that I had swing on right now. And there you guys see it. Trade the pool, swing trade action, right? This is what I'm going to be trying to do more of, guys. One thing that I'm noticing is that the truth is I need to get back to doing what I know best, right? And even on the trade the pool account, I'm going to start trying to do just that, which is take smaller trades, swing trades mentality, and let these trades work. Because the truth is that if I keep getting stopped out in between in the day trades and then watching stocks go in my direction, that's when I notice more and more I'm just doing it wrong. Biggest thing, sizing up way too big, not giving it enough room to run, and then what? Not giving that stock the chance to work towards the green. This is why I love swing trading overall. This is where I make my bread and butter, and I'm going back to it and sticking to it, team. So if you guys see me taking that day trade size, go ahead. Let me know. Hey, Mitch, you might be going too big. The truth is, we always got to keep each other accountable. And that's what I love about this stream, really, is that we try to do just that, right? Trying to help each other, continue on our process, and be there for each other when we need that accountability. So let's get after it. Let's see what we can do. And yes, the ribs were good this weekend. The chicken was good. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up. Ryan was seeing it. The Beyond Meat action out there.
So couple of things. Let's just address it real quick. Bobby's saying that you hung them out to dry on the ribs. I didn't see any ribs. I did see one of our community members comment on your chicken wings that they were Beyond Meat. Say it ain't so, Mitch.
Bro, if they were Beyond Me, I honestly would just have to like lose my life there or something.
Lose my life. Wow. That might be a tad over the top, but okay.
I just can't do it, man. You couldn't pay me to eat Beyond Meat. You couldn't pay me, literally. Okay. So that's just the truth.
Well, we solved it. We got to the bottom of that one.
All right, let's get to the XRT trade.
The picture I saw, by the way, looked really good. It did look really good. So whatever you did, Mitch, hats off to you.
Hey, that's one thing that you got to be good. You got to be a chef in the trading kitchen, a chef in the kitchen, and of course, you got to do it all, guys. Sports, cooking, trading. We got to be a master of all skills, guys. Let's get to the action. Let's see what's going on right now. XRT trying to get back through 60. So I took this on last week, and I was really trying to catch this kind of dip, right? I even talked about it. Right before we were closing the stream, I took the first entry, and I said I would look for an ad as it went down here to 58.75s. It ended up going to like 82, and I was like, you know what? Let's just add here. Let's try to stay underneath 59 and look for a dollar risk. So the dollar risk would have been about $50, right? Now we're up about $50. Now what will we looking to make? If I can get this back to resistance around, let's say 60.60, that's going to be an area where we can already take majority of it off and just let the stock continue working. This will be the swing trade that I have right now, and I'll be working to take more swing trades. I will be watching different stocks in the XRT also. One of the stocks that I like on the pullback is KSS. Why? Because it's had a 50% retracement of the recent move and could catch a bounce. We'll see what happens there on KSS. And on swing trading action, I do have 4 stocks on also for Ulta. I have Ulta long at around 390.38. I have Mondelez still on that short, still trying to work that one. It started breaking down just last week, but then came back. So we'll see what happens on that one. And then CEIX is another one that I'll give guys. This is a coal play down. I do have Valero still also. So I'm going to look to see if oil wants to make another leg down. And if that does, I'm going to look for CEIX to continue on the downside action. Of course, this is against coal players to the upside. We'll see what happens there. A lot of action today, a lot of Boeing news out there. So if you guys are looking at Boeing, we can definitely talk about it. Let me know what you guys want to talk about in the chat. I'll kick it to my man, Ryan. We'll take a look at the SPY. We'll take a look at some of the tickers that you guys mentioned. Don't forget, you guys run the show. You out there right now, drop those tickers and let us know what you want to talk about. Let's go to Ryan. Let's take a look at the SPY. And like always, how was your weekend, Ryan? Did you have fun?
Yeah, my weekend was good. Started the Christmas shopping a little bit early. I'll just leave it at that. But huge victory for Michigan's college football team. That was probably the highlight. Did some sports betting and came out deeply in the green on the sports betting. So overall, it was, in fact, a great weekend. I am ready to get back to the grind. And much like you, ready to get back to the regular Trade the Pool account, ready to get back into some regular type of trading that I'm more familiar with. And we'll see how that goes this week, right? That's going to be the next step here. So yeah, good weekend, ready to get back to it though. Let's dive right in here to the SPY. We take a look at where we're at. We're pretty much right under this 100-day wild week last week. And you can see the wild candles were the one that were right around this 436 level. Now we've pushed off of that level. We still do have a pretty decently high RSI. MACD it hasn't started to compress. At least the histogram part hasn't started to compress yet. It'll be interesting to see where we go this week. I don't really have any feel. My gut feeling wants to tell me lower because I'm still in the bearish camp overall, but I have no new input to come up with an educated decision. So this today, more so than all of the other days, I think it's going to be really important to wait out that 15 minutes right after the open and see what produces or what's going to be available there, what is showing its hand, if you will. So in any case, SPY right here, I think we go down. We'll see if we do, and we'll see if we actually get a head fake out. Looking at the pre-market here, we actually are up a little bit let's take a look. Let me zoom in here. No, we're actually down a little bit here. Okay, yeah, so we actually are down a little bit here in the pre-market. We'll see if we come back in. We'll see if that 436 test is on deck. That's only 3 points away on the SPY. Now, let's take a look at some of the smaller names here and see some of these stocks that are definitely going to be in play today. Let's just kind of set the table, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at stocks that you folks want to take a look at, as well as maybe some movers from last week that might also be in play today. So if you have some stocks that you want to take a look at, we'll look at them shortly. First one here is going to be TIVC. This is Tivic Health Systems, ticker TIVC, Tango, India, Victor, Charlie. We did have we have earnings tomorrow. You can see we've actually had a decent pop in the pre-market. We've taken 2 legs up here. We do have a fresh piece of news. This is actually a report that we're going to have to go through. This says bestgrowthstocks.com issues a comprehensive analysis of Tivic Health Systems. So just judging by the headline here, bestgrowthstocks.com have produced some analysis here, and it's causing the stock to be up by 100%. Now, is this legit? I don't know. Haven't gone through this report yet. If you have access to Benzinga Pro, of course, if you just open up this press release, you can access the full analysis in here. There should be a little bit about this. A lot of investor attention. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that full report when we have some time. Anyway, that is what's driving TIVC up here today. We are up quite a bit. This one, we just want to follow the technicals, right? Especially if this comes back into VWAP. this gives us an opportunity around VWAP to maybe push away. We'll see. I don't know anything about this company, so this very well might be junk. I'm not familiar with it. But that is what's driving it here, and it is in play here this morning. Next is going to be CAUD. This is Collective Audience Incorporated. I feel like we've traded this one before, just strictly based off of the relative volume scanner. We did pop here. Let me go ahead and mute that. We did pop almost as high as 650. We've really kind of come back in just about 350 now. Now, the interesting thing with this one is I did not see any news here. There is an Investors Place article without any clear news from the market, from the company. So heavy trading on Monday. Yeah. So I don't know what is really driving this here. On average, we trade 1.27 million. We've already traded 1.64 million shares here today. So something's going on here. This one, again, stick with the technicals. Now, the one thing that I will say is that this pre-market, we've really kind of bled back the gains that we had from Friday's pop in the after-hour session. So I'm going to want to be really, really careful with this one. It is gapping up, though. One to keep your eye on. Next here is going to be RLX. This is RLX Technology. This did have earnings here this morning. So we've got the earnings print in here. It's trading up by 13%. I'm not sure about this company. This one, what I would say is at least there's a decent catalyst here. The market seems to be rewarding it. Let's see what happens when the big volume pours into this name, when the market opens. Maybe we come all the way back in. Maybe this sets up. Maybe this gives us an opportunity. But I definitely want to see what happens when the volume from the regular session pours in. It's decent so far in the pre-market here, but I want to see a little bit more, especially when we're talking about an earnings print on a micro cap company like this. Next is going to be Frey, and this is, of course, Jay Rice's favorite stock. For all of you out there, one of our community members who's very vocal here, Jay Rice absolutely loves this stock. Just kidding, Jay. I know you think that this thing's a piece of junk. You've warned us multiple times. I just figured I'd give you a little crap here on Monday morning. They issued a shareholder letter this morning. They're up 13% here on some pretty decent volume. This basically is just reiterating their commitment to generating long-term value for shareholders. This is probably, I haven't read the whole thing, haven't gone through all of this. It looks like there's a little bit of update on some of their products here. I would encourage you folks to go through this. But to me, this just seems like we get these occasionally, some of these smaller companies say, yeah, we're definitely going to bring shareholders value. We'll see how this does. It could pop. It could go some more. It could come back in. Frey's been wild. You look at this chart here, the last 2 days, this thing's really, really had kind of a rough couple of days, right? We were in about a mid-3 handle, and we're down here just under 2. Now, that being said, if it gets any juice to the upside, maybe we close some of this gap, right? Maybe we revert back to the mean, and that could make for a really great short-term trade for us. So we'll see if that sets up for us here. But I don't want us to get overly enthused about this shareholder letter. Jay, we'll wait and see if you have any comment on this one. Maybe you've actually gone through this letter already. Now that's, as far as I've got, that's about it. I guess INVO, this had a big move on Friday and really kind of like held part of its move. It retraced some of the move and held part of it. We're still kind of holding it. So maybe this gears up and goes here today. I'd really like to see this pre-market formation, if you will, get cleared out. Let's say 150, maybe 155 and a move higher here on INVO. That'd be great. Highs from Friday's session, 204. It looks like, is that what we got, the high print on this candle? 204. So that's the intraday high. We'll see if we take that out. This would really have to get some juice. If it does, this will give us another opportunity for a short-term trade here. But that's all we got here really from the gappers. The rest of the stocks on the list here have to do with natural gas ETFs and then maybe some of the regular ETFs. We take a look at those pretty regularly. So okay, let's take a look at some of the other stocks here. Mitch is back. All right, we got Mitch back early. It's exactly what I wanted to hear. Let me roll through some of the comments here real quick. Friday, top 4 or 5 movers in SPY were semis. Yeah, Friday was wild. The market just really kind of pushed higher. That's one of the reasons
why. We talked about that before we left. Do you guys remember? I was telling you guys, technology is just too strong here, and it's going to look to probably run with these names. And Apple was the one that I was telling you guys, look at that Apple chart. Look how it keeps holding. Looks like it wants to break out. Yeah, I was trading on the wrong side of things, but I could tell you guys before we even took off that it just looked like tech was going to lead all, and that's exactly what happened. And then boom, big move there. So that's why I always talk about sectors and industries. You guys will always hear me point them out. There's a reason why. There's edge in knowing where the rotation's going, and there was definitely edge there.
By the way, real quick, 10x for you penny players. This is gapping up here, 32 cents. So we'll see. Jay is saying 13 to 150 and it bounces 20 cents. LOL. So that is, I'm guessing, in regards to Frey. So I was kind of just joking around with Jay, asking him to give us some analysis. He has. It's short and sweet, as they say. So here's what Jay's talking about. This last bounce here took it to about 10.5, and it has just been nothing but a waterfall. Actually, maybe this is a water slide and then a waterfall right here at the end. But in any case, I wouldn't trust this one either. I'm trying to add a little bit of spice to the Monday morning show. That's all. We'll see if this ends up giving us a trading opportunity here. Trent saying, "New guys, stay away from these low cap stocks. They're garbage." This has been a reoccurring theme here. As far as swings go, as far as like actually believing some of these PRs about long-term value, blah, 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 blah. Trent's exactly right. Almost all of these stocks are going to be garbage. If you're looking for something to hold for long-term, you really need to do your DD on it. It's not going to come from any morning blurb reading press releases that we go through here. But again, one of the things that we're looking for are actionable setups. Sometimes these small cap stocks really do give us those setups, and that's what we try to take advantage.
One thing to
always know your risk.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind is that trade to pool gives you the ability to short a lot of those stocks. So if you guys feel that way and you feel that they're all garbage, maybe it's an approach to short these in smaller names. How can I short these names? And maybe go overnight swinging them on the downside. Or maybe it's taking some profits and swinging the rest overnight. Things like that, we can all take a look at. All right, let's see what else is being mentioned in the chat there. We'll catch some stocks moving today. Tesla has been dragged down. I still don't feel too good about that sector, but there is going to be, of course, the Cybertruck release pretty soon. And I think that could maybe give at least Tesla a bounce from the recent actions. So keep your eyes on that. We'll see when we do, or if we get that bounce. 210 seems to playing as support here. If 210s can hold, maybe this can actually push back here towards 225. If not, we could be right back towards that 210. We'll see what happens today. And definitely keep your eyes on tech names to see if they'll start to turn around. But for right now, I would still say the bulls have control. I mean, Qs are up there towards almost 380s. So we'll have to see some wicked turnaround if we're really going to see some takedown.
Market opening here and real soon. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, we'll see what we can come up with today. XRT pulling back here out the gates a little bit. I'm going to look to see if it can take that next leg up. It did gap down, and now I want to see if it can start climbing back.
LIFW making a move towards the highs here on LIFW. See, I look at that move right out of the gate, right into that spot, and I think, God, you should trade this right now. And then it was like, you just talked about waiting 15 minutes. Like, why are you trying to do that? Things going to get slammed. So we're going to, this does look like it's going higher here, but I'm going to stick to what we were talking about here and wait this up. Life W, this actually may pull after this move up. Crow is in Life W. Good morning, Crow. Good morning, Lynn and Randy. I don't think I said good morning to you folks. Great to see you.
All right, let's see what we can come up with today.
Uh-oh. Mitch is snapping at an animal, folks. Look out.
You know it. You know it. Got to put him in check sometimes.
It's Hendricks going after something.
We'll see what happens here, guys. Crow, you're already in LIFW. Man, that's a Crow stock. All right. LRLX trying to break 2. Smaller name that just came on my scanner. Not a lot of action here towards the gates here, as we're seeing a little bit of a slower action here. Looking to see if Best Buy is going to bounce a little bit today. KSS on my radar, but we'll see what happens on those.
Hi, Ryan. Go Bedard. Yo, he had 2 multi-point games over the weekend, including a 4-point explosion. 2 goals, 2 assists. That dude's an absolute stud. I'm super excited about that.
Tech names already starting to get the bounce a little bit here, at least the bigger boys. Just keeping an eye on them.
Life W, big move out of the open here. 670s now on Life W. Darn, should have taken that one, but that's okay. We're going to stick to our plan here.
Yeah, I actually was thinking about, I feel like this LIFW is setting up either for a move above 8 and continuation, or maybe a short into 9. So we'll see what happens with that.
I've got 743 as the next spot on LIFW, and then 790 after that. CAUD, so it looks like that is bouncing a little bit. Oh, nope, that bounced was short-lived, CAUD. That's one that we did well by avoiding right out of the open.
Everything red here from the open. Only thing I see slightly green is energy. Oh, defensive names getting a little bit of a bounce there.
Life W pulling back. Looks like a couple of our gunslingers already hitting it here this morning. Love that. Marty said, I'm still holding the Affirm puts. How is Affirm doing this morning? 22. You said the 27 puts. Hope it drops more this week. So you're already in the money, unless that was a typo. Guess that could have been a typo. Affirm down here at 22. TENX, that penny stock going for the pre-market high here. TENX.
Trying to get
that's above the pre-market high. TNX.
All right, let's see what we can come up with here. You guys are seeing me take a look at Valero here. I'm thinking about a short, but I needed to get back here towards the high of 123. Then I can risk off right above 123s. I don't know if I'll get that opportunity. It was already up there.
Here we go. EKS. This is a really good conversation piece, I think. He's saying the market opening imbalance here, 120 million on the sell side. So EKS, here's what I'd like you to. How do you use this information? We talk a lot about this one. We also talk a lot about the closing imbalance, or we get asked, I guess I should say, about the closing imbalance. But let me know how you, like when you see this, what does it tell you? What is your next thought? And then how do you apply that to your trading? Everyone's probably a little bit different with some of this imbalance data. Just wondering. No wrong answers on that either, by the way. Becca's saying NLOP. NLOP. It's a little gapper there. Big trade up. Spread like crazy, though. Life W back at that 680. We'll see what happens on Life W here. Tesla just plunging and hitting the lows. I actually didn't even pull Tesla up. Did we have any type of news on Tesla? Let's see. No, not really. I don't see anything crazy in here. Maybe I'm missing it. Anyway, Tesla at lows here.
There is one that I'm looking at, guys.
Amazon at lows too.
Potential swing trade type of trade on. That's METC, but I would be going against the trend there for short.
Yeah. So that also mentioning that Tyson move, the Tyson move wild off the bottom. Tyson, of course, reported earnings here this morning. They actually sold off in the pre-market. We had a low print of 43.50. That'd have been a perfect ad spot. Remember, one of the things I've been saying about Tyson for months is that this would be a really, really good ad in the low 43s. That was based on DD done by 13. If he shows up this morning, I'll have him go through that again. Tyson hit 43.50 and is currently at 47.60. This was actually above 48. So Tyson, a 5-point move off the lows here in the pre-market on low volume. I, of course, did not get any in the pre-market. This is an interesting one to watch, especially if Tyson comes back in.
Order out to try to get some short there. Trying to get some short of METC, and this will be a swing trade outlook. This is a stock that's just overextended on the dailies, just extreme overextended. I'm trying to get it on a pop fill above the 18s.
No, Lynn, I am not in Tesla. I do not hold Tesla overnight, let alone over the weekend.
Looking for some kind of bounce here. Qs are just going straight down at the gate. So is the SPY, and that could be off of the Moody's report, of course. And they're definitely taking a hit here. So we're getting our retrace. There's only one area in the green from the open. That's consumer defensives, industrials red. What's leading the downside is real estate and utilities and cyclical names. So technology, not too far behind that. So a lot of downside action today to start the day. We'll see if it turns around.
CrowdStrike, Lisa Lee mentioning CrowdStrike here in the chat. CrowdStrike, this has been really, really good recently, and this has had a really nice move off this 172 level, almost a 30-point move. I actually do expect this to have some resistance here right around 205 on CrowdStrike, but been very, very good recently. Does this move with the news of some of those cyber attacks that we've been getting? That would make sense here for CrowdStrike. Great spot here. Great spot here, Lisa.
Yeah, we were talking about those when we talked about Pan W last week.
Yeah, okay. That CrowdStrike was one of them that we mentioned. Sure.
Yep. Valero starting to get back to an area that I'm thinking about here. Just got to take a peek at oil.
Got you.
Just want to take a peek here. We did get the spike in the 77.50 handle, so I'm just keeping an eye on that to see if we're going to come back here towards kind of 75 for the week. If we can go below 75s, I think we're looking good. We're on the high end of the day's range, so wondering if we're starting to bounce here or we're going to get another leg lower in oil.
DRCT being mentioned by several people in the chat here. DRCT looking like this might take out the after hours high from Friday. DRCT, look for that 450 move. DRCT.
All right. You taking a look at that one? I'll put you up a little bit.
I've got that one on Pro here. I've got nothing in Trade the Pool yet.
There we go.
But looking at Pro here on DRCT. Maybe I'll bring DRCT up and Trade the Pool here. We'll see if we can.
All right. All orders are canceled right now. We'll see what happens on Valero. It is spiking a little bit too much here for me. Makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable to try to get short right now off that 123, especially as I'm seeing oil push a little bit. So I'm going to keep an eye on to see if oil starts to downtrend today. Then I can come after it.
DRCT did move through that 450 here. Nice little move. Great shout, Jay. I think you were the first one on that. You guys are mentioning STNE. Take a look at that here real quick. Life W trying to go for that 7 handle. This is Stoneco. So STNE, a couple of you guys were on this slow but steady. This had earnings on Friday. That what's popping it here. You guys have anything else on STNE other than those earnings? It looks good though.
Trying to get Ulta here. Just need a little pullback towards 390s here.
Boeing, another leg up here. Nice summer mentioning Boeing here. That actually holding its pop, moving higher here on Boeing. We're Staff Sergeant Ryan when we need him. Boeing, this actually looks like a really nice move higher here. See if we can get to that 210 area on Boeing. Really great move off the 180 on Boeing. That would have been a hell of a swing. Life W above 7 here. Amazon, Apple, Lowe's. Interesting.
Just taking it easy today, trying to get into some positions here, but Apple's definitely declining there. It's a good mention. Q's down to 375, 376. We'll see if we still see the leak come in here.
Tesla threatens Cybertruck buyers with a lawsuit and $50,000 damages if they opt to sell within a year of purchase. Dude, that's not good.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can. That just
okay, but like, why would you even like? That's not good. That you don't have a good vehicle if you need to try to do stuff like that, whether they're successful or not. I don't know.
I don't even see how that would work. I don't know where we got that from, but I don't know. I would a little, at least just from my understanding, that sounds, I would poo-poo that headline a little bit, but we'll see what happens. How can they sue you for buying a vehicle and selling it? It just doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Why? Why would they?
No, even the why, just can they? Can they? I mean, how do you sue somebody for buying a product and then they want to sell it? I thought it was free capitalism.
Life W 730 here. That was the move right out of the gate. That was the move out of the gate, I'm afraid.
If they included on a purchase agreement that you can't sell the vehicle in the first year,
that'd
probably be the only way that you could do that. But if that's in the purchase agreement, and if that is, I mean, that's something else. TPST.
Yeah, that's moving the highs here. 350 incoming.
Okay. Oof. That went right back down there. It was right now on 46, but at least the spread's not too wide on that TPST. It's very similar setup to the other one. LI.
It's in the terms of the wait list. Interesting. Yeah. Pass on all that. I'll just be honest. It's easy for me.
Yeah, that's a trick. That's going to make a lot of people cancel their reservations, if anything. So, like, if I get in trouble, let's say I had a really good job for some reason and I wanted to buy the Cybertruck, and then all of a sudden I get fired from my job. I now cannot sell this vehicle because you just want to have, like, I don't understand this.
So they're saying this clause is in there to prevent flipping. So like the car is going to be a limited production when it first comes out. They don't want people to flip it for a higher price and make money off of it. They say that's what this is for.
Yeah. Then just bring more cars out. Tesla? I don't know. That doesn't make sense for me. We'll see what happens, though.
Sean, the trading platform you're seeing now is the prop account that is currently sponsoring our channel. Good question here. Mitch can tell you more about that.
Yeah, so this is Trade the Pool, of course. If you want to take a look at it, it's in the description below. And then, of course, I'll throw up links. You can get all the way up to $260,000 in buying power, and it's a prop account. So check it out, team, if you want to go ahead and do so. I'll throw up the link in just a second here as I'm looking to try to get into some trading action here. Starting to see some stocks finally bounce. So looking for the stocks like that to start getting a lift. KSS is one that I might try to buy off the VWAP here, as I was looking for it in the pre-market. And some of the times I just want to go ahead and try to catch these before they come back and then start to push. We'll see what happens here. Also, Best Buy was one on my radar. That's back above VWAP. I'll look for a retrace to maybe get Best Buy.
Tivik maybe curling here. Yeah, Burl, I think that's what it was for. I think that was in there just to stop that. Randy did that with a BMW Roadster. Wow, good for you guys.
6370s seem interesting for me here on pullbacks for Best Buy. I might take a shot there, especially if it can retrace. Looking for a retrace to Best Buy. Orders out 6370s. Q's still going down, though. I will say that.
Where do you think we settle at today, Mitch?
Looking at an opportunity right now in solar names to short them. Sorry. EMP8 stands out to me. It's just up. And unless tech starts jumping right now, I don't know why it's up here in the first place.
Eldon saying thoughts on Rivian chart, good support at 1530. You're asking, you got a question mark in there, so I'm assuming you're asking. Yeah, so I don't know if it's really, necessarily good support. It's definitely support in here. Let me get my chart up for you, Eldon. There's definitely some support in here, but you're basically trading this off the bottom of the candle previous, right? This little doji right here. You're basically looking for this. So I'm assuming you're asking about taking a stab, a potential long side trade here on Rivian. Just have your out. Maybe it does bounce here. And today's candle is good. We need some more volume to really kind of confirm a bounce here. Maybe it does bounce here. I definitely have an out here, though. This could definitely retest support in the 13 handle. So it's up to you if you want to take the risk to reward here. Say again?
I took a short there. I took EMPH short.
Okay, here, let me get your screen up. I thought you were talking about Rivian. He was asking about a potential Rivian support.
No, you're good, my friend. I'm just saying I took a shot there on the expansion move higher here. EMPH has been bouncing even since last week, and so I took a little bit of a shot there to the short side. I'm short here off 77.50s. Gonna risk just $25. Nothing crazy. It's just more along. I have no idea why EMPH is up today when the Qs are coming down that strong, but we'll see what happens there.
Looking at Life W here real quick, we're talking about it for day trading purposes. It's really ripping here, looking like it's going to take the 8 handle. Mitch, what were you talking about? A potential short in a 9 on Life W?
Yep.
When I'm looking at this daily chart here, this actually has the looks of a pretty bullish chart here. Now, Mitch, short, long, whatever, I understand you could have a different outlook here, but honestly, if this stock can trade above this 961, if we can break the top of this body candle, I think that this probably goes higher and tests some of the different levels within this wick. Maybe not all the way up there and maybe not in short order, but this daily formation here looking pretty good if we can get above some of these candles. 906 would be my first spot there.
TPST also on the same kind of chart, now breaking, looks like it wants to break out. So I would keep an eye on both of those. You're going to have some sympathy watch right there, right? Those are the stocks that right now you're probably seeing, the Timothy Sykes, the Warrior Trading. They're probably on these stocks right now. So don't forget that you're dealing with the fastest traders in the market, essentially. So just be careful out there, guys, when you're trading those trades.
RLX approaching 2 spot for a potential breakout on RLX.
I'll put you up at least so that we can take a look.
I have that in pro. All
right.
Thoughts on ZVSA, Ryan? I don't have thoughts on a 9-cent penny stock. I'm sorry, dude. I just don't.
That's
sorry.
mad money.
I don't trade that garbage.
That's mad money, man. Out on that EMPH, looks like we got a little bit more of a spike there in solar today, and I think that's going up because the oil's getting the bounce, but we'll continue to watch to see if we start to see some more bounce in the market. Qs are finally bouncing a little bit. Still no entry there for Best Buy. We'll see what happens. I'm canceling for right now.
S&P might be curling here too, Mitch.
XRT going higher and starting to hold here. If I could get the market to go green, I could add to that swing trade on the XRT, and that could make up my gains for the day. Booking going higher, I will say that. American Airlines now catching a little bit of a bounce. Industrials going green here, and with Boeing running the show, maybe these airlines start to get a push.
Big pull on Life W. Sorry, Mitch.
No, you're good. I'm just going to try to maybe play these airlines here. Been looking for the airline play for a little while now, and now it's starting to juice up here on this pullback. I'm going to play it off the 1170 area and just start getting in here on American Airlines. This is more of a day trade. This will be kind of a little bit heavier at first and looking to add on pullbacks. Just got a little bit there of American, about 200 shares, looking for pullbacks to 1170 to add, and then going to look for it to get back through 12 today. Big move could be a move back. I mean, it's not a big move, but 1220s maybe on the upside. So that's why I'm adding a little bit more on this and looking to see if we can take out the highs of 11. What do we got? 1188 in the pre-market. Also could play this by playing the XLI to see if that goes higher through the 102.75. So going to look for industrials to stay green. A stock to look at there would be like maybe Boeing on pullback also. So maybe pullback towards around 204, 204.50s for Boeing. Something that I'm keeping an eye on. Cats in the green today, just to mention. All right. Every time you play the airlines, Mitch, we get out the barf bags.
So just for some context, they used to work in the airline industry, Mitch. So important to call that one out there.
Oh, I mean, the airline industry is the worst, man. I honestly think that we need some regulation to come in on the airline industries because they've gotten to the point where they could care less about the consumer, especially at a person-to-person level. Like if it's Ryan or I getting screwed, they could care less. As long as the majority of their business is still running well, they don't care about canceling. They don't care about making lives hell. They just don't care anymore. That's just simply what I've seen. I had a friend that got a flight that was pushed up 15 minutes. And so what did they do? They flew out 15 minutes earlier and left 10 people at the gates. They don't care, man. They just don't care.
That's crazy.
Anymore.
I've never had that happen.
You know what it is for your flight to get pushed up? It's just how it is, man. Airlines, they care less about one person. They care about the majority. And if you're not part of the majority, well, guess what? They'll give it to you.
Jennifer is a flight attendant.
I'm sure
Jennifer, I was going to say, you must deal with this as being a flying professional, if you will. Lynn and Randy used to be. Would love to hear your thoughts on it.
Smash the like out there, guys. We're getting after it now. We're starting to see a little bit of a change in
OPTX.
Qs, though, making another leg to the downside here. Will Apple continue to fall? That is falling fast there. Microsoft falling fast. Looks like they might have sold it to us on the rip there on Friday. A part of me, and I hate having speculation like this, Ryan, but did they know about the Moody? Because the way that the price action today is, it's like, man, seems like these banks freaking sold them to the rip. Because, man, these stocks are coming down fast now. We'll see if they catch a bounce eventually, but definitely seeing some downside action in the market today. On the day that I'm not betting short, right? That's how it goes sometimes, team. SQQQ is taking off there to 1770s. We'll look to see if they start working their way back there towards the 18.
L Summers, nice job on Life W there. 735. Life W bouncing here, by the way.
All right, guys, I'm in some of the American Airlines there. We'll look to see if Valero now starts to reject here. Still looking to see if oil starts to go in the red today. What are you guys taking a look out there, guys? Let us know what you guys are taking a look at.
I'll say this, Mitch, real quick. The only thing that I really see moving around here is Life W. Tyson, I see a number of people mentioning Tyson in the chat. Tyson is trading up here. Looking like it's trying to retake 49 and maybe 50 here. Big move for Tyson off the bottom. But I don't see any new entry angle there. Tyson more of a long-term hold for me anyway. Several people were asking about Blink charging earlier. Blink, that was a nice big run there. Missed this on the front side of this. Let's see if this comes back into VWAP and sets up for another move here. Blink, ticker BLNK.
That LIFW went sideways around the 740s. Still hasn't come back to VWAP. I think that's something to note. That's definitely saying that it's getting some pullback buyers. We'll see if those pullback buyers break. Looking around, man, it's not an obvious day so far. It's just a tech pullback. There's American back down towards the 1170s. I'm going to wait for a penny here, and then I'm going to look to add and then start holding off the bottom here. We'll see if we can get it to start moving back right above the VWAP. XRT coming back fast. Healthcare down big. Still the only thing in the... Oh, we got two. We got energy starting to get in the green. So defensives and energy in the green. What's red still dragging the downside is healthcare, technology, and cyclical names. All right, like that bounce in American. I'm already adding a little bit here. I'm going to add a little bit more if we pull back down below the 1169s. Look for this to start working in our favor. American Airlines. You could also go for the other airlines like DAL. I like that DAL pullback there. Looking for a break above 34s. I'll use that as an indicator and not go after it. Yeah, I kind of like this move. UAL moving higher. DAL moving higher, American pulling back here. It's like kind of a leader laggard style trade here. I have 77, so I don't mind adding at like the VWAP, like 72 pullback, 71 pullback. So I'm going to put the 71 pullback here, just sitting there for
CAUD, good call here. CAUD is trading up towards that VWAP here. I actually joined this a little bit late. Maybe I'll give this a shot here. I'd like this to pull back a little bit of size there at 430. Looks like they took that, or did they pull the size down? Yeah, they might have pulled the size down. I don't see it in the time and sales here.
All right, nice little lift there for UAL. I'm looking to add on this American Airlines.
Hit 430. I kind of want to try some of this. Let's come back in a little bit. This was a nice move through 4 here. Like for this to come back in a little. CAUD. Mitch, if you got something, go ahead. I'm kind of
I'm just playing these airlines right now. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I'd like to see this at 410. You know what? I'm going to put an order out here. Let's see if I can get this filled. Oh, right under that size, though. Probably not going to get it. Let's see.
All right, guys.
Yeah, that was a bad spot.
A little bit of a swing trade that I was thinking about taking a shot on today, and the market needs to come back for it a little bit here, but I'm going to take a little bit of a shot here on Best Buy. Come on, make one more attempt to double low. Gonna look for a double low and then a recovery of 63.50s.
Build on CAUD here at 410 on a starter position. We'll see if this can actually make it. What I'd like to see here, just as what we're looking for on a potential plan, if this comes back in, I guess 364, I would be a little bit upset. Maybe we'll stop out there before that happens. But what I'm really looking for here is a test of this 435 VWAP break and then maybe a push higher. Spots higher here have us at 475 and then 6 if it really gets going. I'm not expecting that though. 470 and 5 if we break this 435 on CAUD. Long here, 410. And look at the spread. Maybe we can get this through here and take it. Let's see. Mitch, if you need something, go ahead and change it. I'm just going to kind of watch the CAUD. This is from the list this morning, though, by the way.
You're good, man. Just looking for stocks to come after here. Looking for stocks on pullbacks, man.
Speaking of the devil, Mitch, Life W pullback to the VWAP here, 733. That VWAP.
All right, guys. I'm going to take a little bit of a swing trade on Ulta to the long side. Just got a little bit of a starter there.
Life W, big pull here. No VWAP bounce. This actually pulling to 7, now sub 7. Nasty move here on Life W. Now that I'm in this, let me actually just change it so we can take a look at this real quick. Nasty move on Life W here. Grats if you made money on the way up. This is why you pay yourself, folks. This is why we keep some of these risky stocks as short-term trades and scalps. So avoid pulls like this. Let's see where this bounces. I'm going to go back to CAUD. See if we can take out that 430 here.
All right, guys, I got 400 shares of American Airlines now. Now looking for it to go ahead and break through the high. It's done a VWAP bounce twice. I can even add to it one more time, but I'm going to keep playing it off the VWAP there. So if it comes back and gives me another fill, that's fine. But let's start seeing it move back above the 1179s, going to above 12s is what I'm looking for. SPY making multiple bottoms off of the 438.60s. So let's see if we start to reverse and start to go higher. Looking at the XRT to maybe add here on the swing that I have. Stocks are starting to come back up. American SPY starting to come back up. I'm going to add to this American in just a second here. I'm just looking for pullbacks to add. I have my order out for any pullback to add there. And Ulta, I want to add and take probably a little bit of a bigger shot on this one. I'll probably just stick to the position I have and then just no add there. Just look for a little bit of a bigger swing, right? That's what I'm going to look for on Ulta. Risk will be 385. So I have 384.99. And I'm going to look for a move all the way back above 405s. For the reward, that'd be about $16 in risk, $80 in profits, and that's perfect to me. That's the kind of trade that I'm looking for now, and that's what I'm going to be looking for on these types of entries, right? Because the truth is I don't need to make, let's say, $500 a day. If I can make $190 each day, keep working it, and that's on one trade, and have multiple trades on, that's what I want to do. I told you guys I want to do a little bit more of that swing trade approach now. So you guys see me coming after Ulta there. We'll see if it starts to make its move back up. American is more that day trade. I'd sell some of it and then keep the rest. Kind of like this move here. It's starting to push strong there. We'll see if this can continue to climb now. Canceling the ad. DAL, nice little takeoff there to 34.19. That should help Boeing in the second here. But Boeing has already come up significantly, so that might struggle a little bit more. I could maybe try to scalp Love. Love just made a nice little pop. JetBlue trying to break through 4 today. Can that get through 4? All right, guys, what are you guys taking a look at?
Still waiting.
For the Claude.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to give you a cliffhanger, but I felt a sneeze coming on there. Still waiting on CAUD here. One of the things that we're seeing is we're seeing wicks up to this VWAP. So what I'd really like to see now is a move through that VWAP, and I actually don't see a lot of size on the level 2. I'm encouraged by the spread tightening up a little bit here, but we need to see this move through the VWAP or this stock's going to break back down. Remember, my entry here is at 410. This is coming off the support at 360-ish. So it's possible this CAUD really comes back. Really want to see it move through 430. Crow in CAUD. I got the crow blessing. Let's go. Oh.
LIFW definitely turned around there, and so did TPST. We'll see if those can continue. But LIFW, I think it's done, man. That just got hit hard. See what else is mentioned out there. Blink being mentioned, and Firm. American Airlines still battling in here, looking great there on that American Airlines trade. Now above the highs in the intraday and pushing strong there. So airline read on that one was not bad at all. That could continue other stocks in the XLI. And then I'm going to take a look there to see what's strong there. What else can I come after? So LUV kind of leading the way there. That one's trying to break 23s right now. It just broke above 23s. I'm looking for some pullbacks, maybe towards 2290s here on Love to maybe take a shot on that one. DAL also made a nice little up move, so that's not too bad. Just keeping an eye on those types of stocks today. See if Boeing can make another lift. What else is moving in this space here? Let's check the big boys. GE trying to recover 115. What you got, man?
I was just going to say, you were talking about the big boys, so I figured I'd give you the opposite. TENX, penny stock that we mentioned earlier, curling back up here, looking like it's going to try to take out 40. No position for me. I'm staying away from the penny stocks on this one. But that one here is moving. Wickfast on TIVC. That was another stock we had from the Gappers list this morning, TIVC. Let's see, what do we got here? TIVC. You know what's interesting about that one too, is let's see if we move through the VWAP on that one. TIVC knifing now, but holding in there. Glad to have you back, SS Trades. Nice to see you again. And congrats on your move up, by the way. Congrats on your move up.
Trying to look to see when XRT can really catch the bid there.
TENX up to 40 cents here. Let's see if we can actually move through that 40 cents. Mad Money says, "Your trash, my treasure." Absolutely. And you know what else, dude? This is the exact right attitude to have. This is the exact right attitude to have. If you're able to trade anything, I don't care if it's bankruptcy companies, penny stocks, Berkshire Class A, I don't care. If you're able to trade something with repeatable gains, that's the name of the game. So you don't, I can't trade everything. Oh no, CAUD moving back down here. Crow, you got stopped. I'm still in. Let's see if we get all the way down to this 360 area. Yikes. Oh man, that was
IWM
so bad,
going lower.
Crow.
IWM going lower. Just be careful on those smaller names. Feels like that's dragging some of those. Not helping it, of course. TLT.
No, CAUD. Honestly, I should have had a stop set for this instead of watching this whole thing go. Darn it.
TLT starting to work its way back to 87. We'll look to see if we get a rejection there, or does it start to climb here? Qs are right on the VWAP too, so pretty much following that TLT move. We'll see what happens on Ulta. I got a nice little entry starter on that.
All right, so with this one, since I'm committed to this, down 30 cents here, I might actually add if this holds in here. Stop's going to be a break lower. What do we have in this candle? 372. Not showing any bounce here. See, I feel like that was just a knife here. Well, no guts, no glory. We're going to try it. I'm going to add right here. If this breaks, so when we just increased to 500 shares, if this breaks lower, we're going to have to cut this. But now I'm actually going to have to watch this. I can't be analyzing some of these other stocks. Yeah, CAUD couldn't get back above I was waiting for that VWAP here. We'll see if we get a bounce and get us out of this. But if not, you're right. This is probably done.
Looking to see if the Qs are going to make a downside attempt here, or we're going to just start reversing here. Best buy is one that I might take a little bit of a swing just to continue in this area. Looking for a red to green move there.
CAUD good support at 270. Half hit shy. There's no way I'm not going to hold it there till that. TENX new highs here.
I'll put you up there.
This is pro. I'm just on CAUD. I'm just kind of babysitting a trade that's gone against me here. TEN. I'm cycling through new potential things here on pro. TENX. This was the penny stock. Actually, let me see if I can adjust the size back to regular. This was the penny stock that it looks like some of the group is after. I'm not on this, but it looks like some of our group is. 370. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting for here. If that breaks down, see you later. We're just going to chalk up the L and move on. Smoke Tuna TIVC. That was from our list earlier. Maybe we are going to move through the VWAP here. Let's see if it gets rejected here. TIVC. That's what happened on CAUD. Straight up VWAP rejection and pull. Hopefully we can bounce from here. If we did, the ad is going to look good and probably get us out of this. If not, again, probably just take the L and move on.
All right, looking at best buy here, team. All right, just took 50 shares for a little swing action, trying to get this back up above the daily levels. Important is going to be closing back above 64s today. So I'm taking a little bit here to give myself a little bit of a shot there. And then just going to risk down probably about 25 bucks, nothing major. Same thing. It's swing trade action, so it shouldn't be risking too crazy of a move. I'm going to risk down there towards 63.06. Look for this to really kind of hold the levels of 63.30s, start working its way back above 64.27s. That's on Best Buy swing trade action here.
Okay, CAUD bouncing here. My average price with the ad is now 4, CAUD at 390. So we want to see that move. This is a good first step, but we're going to need to see some more here on CAUD. I wanted to address one of the comments from Jay's here. Jay mentioning that NVIDIA still strong. So my thought here, again, in the bearish camp overall on the market, really think that we need to kind of come in before we set up the next wealth move up, see if that ends up happening. I know there's a lot of people that are kind of bullish towards the end of the year here. We'll see if we end up getting one of those runs here. But I'm still in the bearish camp. What I really need to see here, Jay, and let me actually bring this up on Pro. We'll take a look at it on this chart. And I'd like to get your opinion on this, because one of the things that I'm looking for are some of the Magnificent Seven, or whatever you want to call them. Some of these bigger stocks that have really kind of held the market up, NVIDIA absolutely being one of them, really need to see this kind of crack, right? Really want to see this come in. Even on this recent sell-off, it looked like this might break down, maybe even get into this gap, never materialized, never even came towards the 200. I really want to see NVIDIA break down. That would help me be like, okay, things are starting to correct. But just looking at this chart right here, NVIDIA strong, looking like it's trying to set new highs. Would like to know what you folks think. Do you use NVIDIA as a bellwether for the market? How are you trading a stock like this that's super strong in the face of a very otherwise weak market. Arden says, I think NVIDIA is going to run. Okay. See, Crow says they scammed us, Ryan. They knew our stops. Well, see, here's the thing, Crow. I didn't have a stop set. I don't think they cared about my 300 shares, but I didn't have a stop set. They probably did stop hunt them. Another reason why I stayed in and figured adding might be the move. We're only 5 cents off the buy here now. Let me get rid of this here. So that add got our cost basis up here. Let's see if we get another. I'll tell you this, though. We get another challenge at this VWAP. I ain't sticking around for the VWAP to break. We get anywhere near that VWAP again, we'll take this off. We'll make sure we book these gains after having this move down.
Got some sideways action in that LIFW. We'll see if it comes back above 7.
BRB1.
By all means. What's up out there, team? How we looking at? Looks like a choppy day, that's for sure. That's the markets, though. Wouldn't you know it? All right, guys, I'm thinking about taking a little bit of a shot there on that LIFW. It's not really up my alley, but I can risk off the 61s here. So it's about 20 cents risk. But it would have to come back to 7. See if it does make that move. But it's interesting, at least, for a fast mover type of play, right? It's not really up my alley, but hey, Ion Q is going higher after that recent bounce. That makes me feel a little bit more confident about ARM and the AI plays, but ARM is coming down fast here today. Ion Q continuing to the upside. Q's trying to catch a bounce off the VWAP. We'll look to see if that helps out here and starts to push higher. All right, looking at what's leading the Qs. I have EA leading the Qs there, so that's interesting. Game players showing up there. NVIDIA showing up there. Meta, KDP, GEHC doing well. Tesla bouncing right back up there towards the 212s. It looks like maybe that headline didn't weigh in it at least as much as we thought, as Tesla's starting to bounce. All right, guys. Of course, the first Cybertrucks will be delivered in November 30th. So stay tuned for that, right? That's for NVIDIA. NVIDIA, that's for Tesla. Tesla Cybertruck release. In 2 days, we will be getting ESPN bets. So we'll look for maybe Penn or maybe Disney to lift off of that. Disney's pushing strong already. That's one that I could actually play off the bottom there, especially the 87, 78 area. That doesn't seem too bad there for me. It's about $1 down, so I could look for pullbacks right now on Disney. If I could get a pullback here, let's say to 88.25, I'll take a shot there. I just need a pullback on Disney here. I can't just come after it right here. I need a pullback to 88.25s, and I'm willing to take a shot there on Disney to the long side. And you guys know I don't even like Disney, but it's a trade. So we'll see what happens. All right, Ulta now starting to go in my favor. We'll see what happens. Definitely have some XRT and some of those outlook. I'm going to be adding at 59.70s for the swing. We'll see what happens there. I could feel it, says Market Sniper. I could feel it.
What are they feeling?
The bounce. The bounce. The market bounce. They can feel it. Disney.
I like this.
Good.
I know I asked this question before I stepped away, but I'm back. Jay saying NVIDIA, best guess 500 magnet earnings are 10 days away, run into earnings. So looking at NVIDIA, 10 days away, 10 points away. Jay, that seems about right. Do you think we reverse at 500?
That's why, I might have not gotten an NVIDIA right on this breakout, but I can tell you guys I feel more confident as we go into earnings that they're going to upset and not be able to continue this run. But hey, that's just me. All right, TIVC, VWAP rejection on the 5-minute. Not watching it anymore. Okay. New Marvel movie flopped. Yeah, I mean, Disney's been struggling, man. But I'm playing it just for the ESPN bets kind of thing that's coming out. The 15th is when that comes out. So, of course, they're going to have some press releases, right? Like, that's just kind of already expected. Now, the only question is, can it really give Disney the lift? I wouldn't mind a pullback here to play it at least until maybe the 15th morning, and then it's a sell the news event, maybe. We'll see. Boeing kind of bottoming out here. I might take a shot on that one. It's starting to slow down, and the market's kind of been slowing down. I could risk off this 204 level right now. That's kind of the level to look for here on Boeing. The only question is, has Boeing gone too far from the bottom? It's already gone about 15% in the last kind of like week and a half. So we could see a little bit more pullback, but it doesn't look too bad off of this 204 level. I feel like there's some buyers stepping in here. Anything below 204s, so that's why I'm keeping an eye on it. Another way could be to play just the XLI here. What is it? About $2 higher. Okay. Let's have ourselves a little fun here. Let's do a smaller swing trade style trade here. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to get in below 204s. See if I can get a slight tick towards like 203.80s here. There's 23. Boom. Just grab that. Okay, so just grabbed a little bit there for Boeing. We're going to go ahead and set the risk here. We're going to set the risk there towards kind of this bottoming close here. So put it down there towards 23s. So $21 risk. We'll look for it to come back on up through the 204s, get through the 206 swing trades on.
Damn, you got a lot of open positions right now. Shout out to you.
That's what I'm doing, man.
Are you saying you're trying to swing Boeing?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Biggest thing is there's expected news to come out of the meeting with Biden and the China presidents at the APEC summit, which could have the Chinese government finally revealing a commitment to the 737 jetliner, and that news push it higher. So you see, I'm relying on a catalyst that came out today and relying on a catalyst that could come out in the next week or so. So in this week, I expect that news to come out. And if that's a support for Boeing from the Chinese government, maybe I can get that swing lift, right? We'll see what happens. Just going about it in a different way now, guys. And the biggest thing for me is to keep the risk small, right? Like $21 risk. How many $21 risks can I do? I can do a lot of those. And I can take a lot of trades that way. This is how you guys can trade smaller and trade more. That's what I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of this week. We'll see how it works, right? Let's give ourselves I'm going to give myself 2 weeks kind of trading more just this strategy. And then we'll see, take a little review and let you guys know what I found worked, what I found didn't, and keep pushing. ARM just controlled selling by market makers. Yeah, that one's a tough one. Yeah, I'm always trying to stay 3 steps ahead, man, because the market looks ahead a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
It doesn't look at where we're looking at, right?
Every pro that I've talked to will tell you that the market is always looking ahead of whatever it is. Data prints, all of that. The market always looking ahead.
All right, American Airlines coming back here towards my entry. So now I got to just determine, hey, are we going to get this XLI trade? A lot of this is, I see the XLI take a quick downturn there as the Qs are just hanging off the VWAP here. I need the SPY to get going to the upside. The drag on the SPY is going to drag a lot on these industrial plays. So I'm keeping an eye on the big boys in the industrial space to see if they can get back to green. Honeywell, RTX, those types of names, Deere, FedEx, those are going lower here. Can they get the bounce and come back up? They weren't working well. Now they're in the red. So just be careful about that. What is pushing strong? Communication services, man. Look at the breakout in Verizon and AT&T. Didn't expect to see that. Verizon with a big push up. What is going on in Verizon, team?
Let me take a look here for you, Mitch.
That is interesting. I'll tell you one thing. That bunch up on the daily going through 36, pretty interesting levels there on Verizon as that's staying strong.
I'm seeing a lot of Form 4s this morning.
Yeah, there was recent news in Verizon about a bundle with Netflix, right, and Warner Brothers. They gave it for a cheaper price than what you would have to do it if you paid for both of them separate. So I'm starting to wondering, would Verizon ever think about making a purchase of a streaming platform like that? Who knows?
So I haven't checked all of these, but all of these Form 4s have been ads. And it looks like they were released this morning. Tons of them in the 7:30 hour. CEO, EVP, CEO of VZ Business, Chief Strategy Officer. I mean, there a lot of these people adding share. Maybe that's why you're getting the move here today on Verizon, the intraday move here, Mitch.
Yeah.
This actually looks like a fairly decent daily chart here if this can break.
All right, let's see if Boeing starts to reverse and starts to drive higher. That will push my American Airlines trade also higher. So I'm willing to take a shot on the American Airlines, but only ads at VWAP. That's what I'm going to be smart about. Ads at VWAP. Because the stock could come down to the 1170s again. But Verizon, man, pretty strong move there. T-Mobile trying to take the highs again. Those stocks have been pushing today. Cyclicals taking the bounce now. We'll see if those can help out. Technology, it's also bouncing there. Industrials off the lows. We'll look to see if those hold in there. Did energy go red yet? No, it's still climbing. There's Boeing going into the green. Look at that, guys. Well, you know what I like about going into kind of more of my swing trade approach is that I just feel so much less pressure, guys. I am literally hanging out with you guys. Just hanging out with like 4 or 5 positions on. This is what I like about swing trading. There's really a lot less stress in my outlook right now. And the big part, not massive sizing. So find that sizing that you can kind of just enjoy trading, I think is very important, especially for us traders that might not be like our income doesn't rely on how we do on trading, right? This is supplemental. This is extra income for me, right? I don't have to make my income in trading. I work for my income and then I use trading to push me forward, right? Ryan and I talk about that all the time. And I think the important part of me going into the swing trade size is that I get to just hang out on a lot of these positions during the intraday up and down swings.
Sorry, Mitch, dealing with something here.
You're good, bro. I'm dealing. I got the chat. We're looking around. If you guys see anything, let me know. All right, let's go to the Qs here. Let's see if we can start to actually push here. SPY, same thing. We're in like kind of this little stuck range. SPY is 439.25 area. If we can get a push there back through 439.50s, we can really start to retrace. So that's just something that I'm keeping an eye out. Let's see if we can really start getting some of these stocks moving. Back above 59.70s today, I will be adding on the XRT trade. And then from there on out, as the stock moves in my direction, I hold break even no matter what on the XRT swing. Google going kind of like red to green. That looks a little interesting for me. Tesla's just driving back. 220s now. I know we had that report earlier, but man, already back to 220s. Lilly's an interesting one if you like healthcare to the short side today. Healthcare is leading the downside action. So if you like the shorts in healthcare, that looks interesting for me off Eli Lilly, but you know how that one, that's a favorite in the space. So just be careful out there, team.
So it looks like Frey was unable to really go higher here. We talked about that one. Oh, did Mitch? Oh, okay. Mitch is going. That's okay. Let me get my pro up here. There we go. Bang. So here's Frey. This is what we talked about a little bit earlier. Her Frey trading back up to that VWAP, up off the bottom, but we'll see if this has the strength to get above VWAP. Stopped out of CAUD, by the way. Crow, your first stop is your best stop. Good call on that. I should have stopped out earlier when it shook down, but that's okay. On to the next here. STNE looking like this is going to go higher. Boy, this has been a nice move. Nice move after earnings.
What up?
Mitch is
what up
back.
out there?
Mitch
what
is
up
back.
out there? What up? What up? A little pinky up action. Let's see if we get it.
What do you have pinky up? Oh, orange juice. INVO ripping higher here. INVO. Boy, the two smaller names that went today just was not in. Life W and INVO. INVO actually gave us that little delay past the first 15 minutes here. I know Life W ripped right out of the gate.
What? Free salted pretzel caramel shake now? Oh, now you guys are just killing us.
Oh, I'm good on that stuff.
What's with the free food? I'm sorry, Ryan. I take free food still.
Look, look. No one likes free. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that nobody likes free food more than me. But this is a salty, sugary drink. I don't need that in the morning. I need food. I need sustenance in the morning.
Yeah, but I can get a burger from Carl's Jr. also
in the morning. I guess it's an hour later where you are. I'm not ready for burgers at 9:30 in the morning. I'm just not. Give me some bacon and eggs.
All right, let's go. Let's start seeing this start making a move. Let's see if we can get the SPY to really start driving here. All right, SPY's driving. I'm taking my shot here on American. I've talked about how this would be more of a swing trade, right? So let's start. Not this one. This would be more of a day trade. Everything else has been kind of swing trade size. This is the reason why I'm 400 deep on American. I'm going to go for one more 100 shares here and then start trying to get this to start driving higher. Would not want it to go through the VWAP there. So I'm looking for it to kind of break through the high in the 80s, get to there towards 12. Let's see if we can start doing it.
Market trying to curl here. SPY trying to trade back up.
So there you guys see it. 500
nice little pop in the Dow too.
So 500 shares as the SPY goes higher. I'm willing to take my shot. Look at Best Buy now starting to increase. This is the good looking swing trade on for me now as I start to get deeper into the green. Boeing getting in the green there for me tells me that maybe the XLI can push higher today. We'll see what happens there. That will help American. I have Ulta. So pretty much betting on retail and industrials right now. We'll see what happens if this starts to push. The Qs, Susie Qs. Amazon pushing there. Nvidia starting to pull back a little bit. Did Disney pull back yet? Not yet. Looking around for some swing trade action. Ooh, look at Save with this pullback to 9. Ooh, I kind of like this. I'm playing the airline play, but hey, I mean, why not play this for a small risk to return here? I kind of like this, guys. I'm going to take a little bit of a shot here on Save.
Oh, God. Do we do this again? I stopped out of that, remember, in my main account when I was trying to play that one. Are we buying it here for a... Oh,
I had to do it.
The revenge trading is getting me, guys. I hate Spirit. I want to make it back.
I will take the shot there.
What are we taking?
I got it there at 903, and I'm going to risk off at 890s. Just seems simple to me. That's what? 10-cent risk for a potential move back to the high, which is 945. So 10 cents for 45 cents.
Okay,
to me, I'm willing to take that outlook, right? That's risk to return for me, especially if I'm looking at the airlines. This has retraced, lagged the action. Now, what would I like to see? Like maybe DAL or UAL lead the up move through the high. So let's go to those stocks and let's take a look at how that's looking right here. So you guys can see the 15-minute outlook here on DAL. I'd like it to take that high, that 34.27, lead the party, and then lead the way higher. See if the airlines can make that move here. Best airline so far on the day is JetBlue. Save is right behind that. So I'm playing one of the faster mover ones, and then also playing one of my favorite ones, which is American Airlines.
I'm with you on this Save one for a potential revenge trade to get it back, Mitch. I'm all about this now. We out here. We out here.
Get after it, team. Get after it, guys. We'll see what Boeing can do for me. $3 up, and I mean, I could take half profits today and then leave the rest break even for a swing on Boeing. And a lot of times that's what I'll do with my swing trades, right? I'll take maybe some daily profits and leave the rest break even to see if it just wants to keep moving. LIFW talked about how maybe it gets back through 7. There it goes, back through 7, pulled back below it to 690s here. Seems interesting. Seems like it wants to get going. Now, one thing I'd say is it has 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts. I'd look for one more wick kind of action to maybe try to get to that 690s, but quick reversal back through 750s is what I'd be looking for a big push in LIFW. But man, I got a lot of trades on. A lot of trades here, guys. A lot of action. A lot of action. This is the fun part about, I think, when I go to my swing trading outlook, a lot of the times I can take this type of trades where I'm just like, I have like 5 or 6 trades on right now. I'm managing them, but that's what matters. Let's get after it, team. Let's see what we can do today.
Still moving up here. Nikola under $1. Oh, this on Friday sold off to 80-something cents. We missed that on Nikola. And this might be sub $1 forever now. We'll see.
There's a little wick below 7. This looks interesting for me on that LIFW. If I did take it, I would only risk like $10. Just give myself like maybe 50, 100 shares. At 100 shares, I'd risk 10 cents. At 50 shares, I'd probably be risking about 20 cents. Looks interesting for me, but it's really not up my alley. So I've been trying to stay away from these. But of course, being in this stream, we do talk about these often, and it even gets me interested, right? I'd talk about maybe a short at 9, but I think it could make that boost to 9 or 10. So the only question is, do I think that's enough to come after it here? American looking good there. So I like this outlook on American and Save. So Save is still hanging on here on the 8.99. So I'm cool with it. As long as American stays in the green now, I'm cool with Save. Looking for the breakout there through on DAL. That would be the real nice look there. If DAL just takes the 34.10s here and then takes the high and just starts to grind higher. So this is that DAL trade. We'll see what happens there. Arden, that's how it happens sometimes, man. Don't worry. It's a struggle, man. Should watch out for ARM. Yeah, we'll see what happens on that one. Like always, you guys see us using Trade the Pool today, and I need to find out about those Krispy Kreme donuts. But other than that, if you guys want a little icing to your trades, new traders out there, check out, of course, Trade the Pool. You guys can be coming after it the way that we're doing it right now. And you can even short and long penny stocks. So check that out, team. Throwing up in the chat here. There's the link. All right, still looking good here. I'm still looking to see if DAL wants to just make that move. SPY is just hanging out here, but it's still up, right? Qs are still up too. Qs could get a rejection off that resistance like 377. So just to kind of put perspective, technology is not necessarily where I see the strength, but of course those have been the strongest stocks. So if they're going to lead, then they could come back. Apple's still pretty weak though. Microsoft is coming back fast. Now that's the one that I feel like is trying to make the move back here. If you look at that Microsoft chart, you can see it starting to make a little bit of a wick to the upside, trying to go ahead and start moving here. And there it is on the chart. Let's see if it starts just driving. Come on, save. Looking to see if DAL wants to make that move that we talked about above 34.10s. This will be a nice outlook here to watch. So this is kind of like an indicator that I'm using, a leader on the day that has moved a little bit faster than American Airlines. So I'm looking to see if this starts to lead its way back to that 34.25. American right back down here. So I'm just keeping a close eye with it because it's definitely not going to give it too much risk here, but want it to start moving above 12.
Save not really bouncing here. I would be concerned if it broke 890. Well, right where it's at right now, frankly. We'll see if it breaks 890s. Maybe. I'm not going to try to swing this. I already tried that one time. So if this doesn't work very much, I'll probably just take it off. I don't want to get crushed on a revenge trade. Low size here, just 300 shares. But as soon as you started talking about it, I was like, oh man, I got to try to at least get it back.
I can't blame you, man. My look is on the intraday, but hey, it's still looking pretty decent as long as we can get these other airlines to start pushing to the upside.
TPST. TPST moving higher here. Two legs higher here.
There you go. 360s. Threes seemed like a good hold of VWAP there. That makes me think about that LIFW move. You know what I mean? Do we get sympathy players that just go start jumping on
Maybe.
that?
I mean, LIFW, let's see what happens if it moves through the VWAP here. LIFW.
It just needs a little volume to pop it through there, but there is some volume at 690s and 689 and 710s. All right, there's a move back down to 696 there for LIFW. And American testing down here. We'll see what happens. DAL still hasn't broken the VWAP. That's what's keeping me in there. Definitely don't want it to break 33.96. If that starts happening, I might just let go of American here. Boeing getting in the green there for me. Now back up to 24.80s, starting to push strong. That's going to help the industrial trade out. That'll help XLI go higher. So would love to see Boeing just take off here. Look at that nice push back there towards 205. I had this at 203.85, so up more than a point. And I just want this to start driving here in Boeing. Or let's say flying.
Real quick, someone was asking about Zunaid. Zunaid, not a part of our show, but still doing things here. In fact, has a show right after us. So stick around for Zunaid today.
Up to 30 there on Boeing. Let's go, Boeing. Let's do a little takeoff.
Looks like Zunaid is a good guest here today, too. Check that out, folks.
888. I'm lowering down a little bit here on save. I think it's trying to just stop me out on the stop. So giving it a chance for DAL to turn back to the upside here. So going down to the 88 level.
Save looks broken. At least that intraday 3-minute looks broken here. But maybe the MACD histogram tightens up. I don't know. We'll see. Anyone excited for the Formula One race in Vegas?
I would say yes, but then again, this year has been such a trashy year for Formula One.
Dude, I'll say this. At watching the Sunday Night Football game last night, when they were doing shots of like...
Does it look cool?
Shots,
yeah. It looks
Dude,
cool.
like they've already got a whole bunch of the stuff like marked off. I see stands being built along the strip. Like, I'm going to check it out. Like, having Formula One cars race through the Las Vegas Strip sounds sweet to me. Maybe that's just like the little boy in me that's perpetually there. I don't know, but I'm not
it's
going to
not bad
go.
at
I'm sure it
all.
would be. I'm sure it would cost a fortune to attend.
No,
Like
not even a fortune. You don't have that fortune. Let's just say
No, I
that
understand.
much.
I'm not saying I'm like no, dude. That's for like Saudi oil princes, like that.
Yeah. That's for that outlook there. It's going to be very tough to get I saw the tickets, man. They were insane, dude. I looked at it. It's interesting, without a doubt. Definitely interesting. But it is messing up Vegas because of it. Yeah, it is messing up. I heard traffic is really horrible, Ryan. So you
Look,
might
dude,
not want to drive in
bad when
Vegas.
they don't have an F1 race there. I can't even imagine what it's like now.
Look at Boeing. Boeing's the best trade of the day so far, as that's taken off there.
It sure has. Smoke tuna,
206. I'm
nice
going to
little
take
tip
half
here.
off.
Go for the pre-race days. This is Smoke Tuna. Have you been to an F1 race before? Because this seems like a really smart idea. Mitch, I know you went to one too.
I've been to the Texas one.
I've never been to one. I think at some point I need to go. I've been to the Indy 500, which was amazing. So I'd imagine at some point I need to go see an F1 race live.
Yeah, I did the 3-day pass for the Circus of America. It was definitely hot, but if you can handle the heat in Texas, yeah, it's a fun race and a lot cheaper, Ryan. Let's just say, and I would do general admissions, not stands, because then you're just overpaying for the same experience. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
Unless you got that kind
That's
of
a good tip. That's a good tip there. By the way,
and then general admissions, advanced, you could get it for like maybe 300. So.
Can we talk about the move on Tesla real quick? Because this, I'm going to take full responsibility for this here real quick, Mitch.
Oh, I think I just got stop hunted and saved. That was a little bit annoying, but yeah.
Okay,
go for it, man.
I'll go right back to you right after this.
Yeah.
So Tesla. So one of the things that I was calling this morning is that Tesla was pounding the lows right out of the open. This is where we got. Now, is this a spot? Did we stop? I don't really see. Oh, you know what? Yeah, look at this hourly. This was the low from 11.7. This is the low from the 11.7 on the hourly. So maybe that was a spot. But I think that this is what Lynn and Randy are talking about all of the time, right? They're talking about these moves in Tesla and treating Tesla like an ATM. Now, I didn't trade this today, and shame on me because it looks like I was in the wrong things yet again here today. This move from Tesla, 212 and change, or is that 211? 211 and change off the bottom. We're back at 220. Big time move here. This could have made the entire day trading Tesla here today. So Lynn and Randy, there's something to it. I need to work out the particulars. Let's put it that way. I don't seem to have the particulars figured out on Tesla. Whenever I try to capture a move like this, I capture a fraction of it or I get stopped out. But clearly something going on here. Huge move off the lows. All the time on Tesla. All the time.
I felt like I just got stop hunted there in the save. I'm kind of a little annoyed, but I have a feeling they'll come back. But it is what it is. I was just going to come change it to 87s, but it is what it is. I'm still in it. They didn't get you, Ryan. They got me.
I don't have a stop put out because I don't want to get hunted. I felt like that already happened today.
They hunted me. So they hunted me on that 88. That's for sure. It did a slight tick on the 88. I still like it. I'm telling you, it's all about the kind of the other stocks.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I got all day, so we'll see here.
Best Buy going slightly in the red there for me. I'm thinking about adding to this one. I just have to hold off the low on the day if I wanted to add to the position. Right now, I still have $1 risk there that I can put on. So just going to let that keep working for right now. AAL coming back down here, and I'm just looking for the big push to the upside there. But Best Buy coming down fast there. Did we finally get a downturn here? Oh, Q's just topped out there around 377.25s. 377 level I talked about earlier, definitely acting as resistance. So now we're getting that pullback. SPY did pull back also. It did a big push to the upside. Now pulling back a little bit. RCL continuing to the upside. That just tells me leisure is getting that nice little push. I want to play American Airlines. I want to play these airlines today. That's the way I like it. UAL off the VWAP also here for the 38 move and then right back above. I've always thought about maybe scalping these types of moves, but it's not really up my alley. Just to like think about it. So like, let's say if I went big on UAL right now, let's say 37s, 90s or 37.94 right there. Looking for the push back above 38s to maybe 38.10s. But you got to keep the risk really tight. It has to be almost like a 1-to-1 trade. We'll see if it starts to push. Boeing doing really well. That's the one I'm going to look for it to keep going too. I have an order out to sell some at 206. LI, holding in there. That LIFW back down to the 680s. Will that one come back, guys? What do you guys think about that LIFW? This is a strategy that I talk about, which is 3 attempts reversal action here. So let's take a little shot here. Let's have a little fun. This is kind of more just a tester trade, so it's going to stay small. It shouldn't really hurt me if I get hit on it, but let's take a little tester on there. It's going to look for that slight dip there to the 90s and then take it off to 680s.
Mitch, I'm actually going to hop here. I'm sorry to leave you a couple of minutes early. I got something I need to take care of, but we will be back on this tomorrow. Don't forget to stick around and join our boy Zunaid. He's got a great interview today. So be sure to check that out. Mitch, I'm sorry. You got the rest of it? You got it here. I don't want to leave you hanging.
You got it, my friend. I'll be all right. I'm trying to get a little bit of LIFW on the pullback. It just hit 7 there. I have an order out slightly below 690s here to get in and take a shot on that one. All right, guys, smash the like. What do you guys have out there? We still have the Bacon Show live. Yes, that's coming up at 11 a.m. So stick around for the Trader Bacon Show. That's coming up next. If you guys are interested in the Trader Bacon Show, well, it'll be up in just a little bit here at 11 a.m. Looks like you guys have, of course, some futures action. Who's into the futures action? Let us know in the chat. You guys like some futures trading? Let me know. You don't think LIFW is going to come back, Crow? Is done for the day? We'll find out. No fill just yet. I'm canceling right now because the spread's going wide there. It's looking like it wants to spread down. So we'll see what happens on that one. Nothing on that one yet. Still focusing on American Airlines to see if we can get the lift here. DAL just got the lift, so that makes me feel a little bit more confident. That makes me want to come back after save here. You know what? I'm willing to take another shot there on the save, but this is going to be more of the swing trade. I'm just going to go with the swing trade size on save. Should be about 30, 40 cents. Let's go a little lower here. Let's go with 70 to start. All right, there we go. Swing trades on. Just grabbed a little bit there of save. Going to risk down below the low of the day today, which is 868. $17 risk, looking for it to come right back up towards the upside, back through the resistance. That's 39 there. I'm looking for a move to, like, let's say 10. See if Boeing can get up there to 206 and go ahead and trigger my first sell. Has been above here for a pretty decent time. Just wanted to go ahead and keep pushing. Let's see if we can get this. You guys see it here today, 6 positions on. And how am I able to do that? Because, of course, buying power, baby. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Like always, you guys can get after it with some buying power. Check out Trade the Pool. We've thrown up the link a couple of times here. I'm going to throw it up one more time for you guys to check out Trade the Pool for yourself and get to the buying power, right? How am I able to take this trade? Well, because I have some pretty decent buying power. We'll see what happens there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades on team. We'll see how it works out. Like always, smash the like if you guys enjoyed live trading here. And we'll see you guys over on the future show. That's coming up next. And yes, 6 positions on at the same time. And counting my other 3 that are in my other account, now we're talking 9 positions on. The maximum positions that I do in swing is usually between 7 to 11. On really good times, I'll go up to 11 trades, but I haven't ever gone past that. I want to start working my way where I can position into a lot of those types of names and get after it. Like always, enjoy your Monday. Stay safe out there. I'll see you later today on Start Swing Trade. If you guys want to keep up with all the action, all the swing trading action, of course, check me out later today, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, we'll get the Dales report, guys, as they continue going and letting us know about the changes that are going on in cannabis, Web3, and crypto. Smash the like. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Up next, of course, you guys got some futures action. So stick around. We'll always get to everything that we can go with here on live trading, showing you guys smaller names, larger names, how we go at it. And like always, guys, this is for informational purposes only, not to be used as investment advice. And I hope you guys stay safe out there. Keep trading, keep battling. Like always, we'll be here to keep pushing. Ooh, a little gold action there. And what can I say, guys? Will gold get a little bit of a lift? I'll see you guys, like always, right here on live trading coming up next.